I'm Kath Cheng. I'm sorry. And we're going to talk about trust what's next. We're just going to have an open conversation for women who are in midlife. Kath, you're up.
Hi there, how are you doing? Thank you for having me, Michelle.
Oh,
This is
you're so
exciting.
welcome anytime.
And
I
congratulations on your podcast.
thank you. It'll be launching January 19th.
Great, I'll be there.
So you teach women about how to cope through midlife because sometimes they think it's the end and that's it.
Yeah,
So explain midlife and how you do it in your business.
right. Well, midlife for me, it started like midlife. Oh God, we all sort of dread that moment, right?
Oh,
I don't know
yes.
why. It was just ingrained in us that midlife, when you're approaching midlife, it's midlife crisis and
Mhm.
ready to slow down, and that's how our parents, were, and that's how they sort of passed it down to us. Although I believe, because of how different our life is compared to our parents' days, there's so much more opportunities for women now. And a lot of us are stuck in that place where we're stuck with the belief from passed down from our parents. And yet we can see there are women out there doing incredible things. And so we feel pulled, stuck in this, like, I call it our midway, but
Mhm.
it's a doorway, I believe, for us to walk through into our next chapter. And that's how I like to see it. That's why I introduced Her MidWay as my brand. Because just that shift in perspective, I think, help women see a way forward. So
Mhm.
I see Her MidWay as the gateway to more purpose, more passion, and more possibility. And that was something I couldn't see at the time.
Right.
Yeah,
I think a
yeah,
lot of us miss it.
yeah.
What would you
Because
consider
uh,
midlife? What age?
right, that's, to me, that could be as early as 30. I
Mhm.
do help more women 40 and above. Some
Mhm.
people start as early as 30, but I believe it's more of a feeling. It's more of a
Mhm.
feeling where they get to a stage, because we all reach this stage at different, some people don't reach a stage till they're 50, or
Right.
and it's when we feel we're at a crossroads. So I don't know, we could be facing something. It could be a health scare. It could be a shift in relationships, like, a divorce we're going through. It could be a shift in our career.
Mhm.
Whatever it is, it's different for everyone. So I that's why I think when people ask me what age, it could be as early as 30.
Mhm.
Some people, I've spoken to women who are into their 30s when they've had kids really early, and
Right.
the kids are that age now when already they're feeling that shift of, more, the kids are got more independence. And I think it's when women just have that moment to pause. And it's when
Mhm.
they, because we're so busy, 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 but
Right.
when
We
we get
think
to
we have to do
yeah,
everything.
yeah. And also when we're busy, we can't hear ourselves.
100%.
And
Or
in
sometimes we don't
midlife,
listen to what our
mm,
body's telling us.
exactly, those
Mhm.
feelings, we think, what are these feelings? We push them aside. I did that for 10 years. I kept pushing them aside. I'll deal with it later. I'm too busy, and the more we do that, I think that quietens that voice in us, those feelings. And so it's that's, as we get to a stage when we have more time, when the kids are older, I think that's when more of us are having those moments of pause. And that's when those nudges, those silent whispers, we're not sure what they are, because they haven't been voiced for so long, but they are starting to, it's again creating this confusion in us. And I help women realize that it's not confusion, it's just us inside trying to give us a message, give us a nudge, whisper what it is that we truly want. It's our inner voice.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and and the more we allow for
Mhm.
pauses, and the more we allow time for us to um, figure this out, we don't, because we're not supposed to know. We're
Right.
supposed to explore it.
Hmm.
Giving ourselves space. And
Mhm.
if it means meditation, meditation. If it
Mhm.
means taking a walk
Reflecting.
outside, yeah,
Yes. I
yeah,
think there comes a time in your life where we all evolve and we
yes.
need to just sometimes take a moment, pause, listen to our body, trust ourselves,
Hmm. Yeah.
and
And
take that time. And I did
but
that a
it,
lot last year.
yeah, yeah, and allow for it, you know. I think when we get those nudges and those quiet whispers, we're so afraid because we feel uncertain, we're not sure what it is.
Right.
And so, yeah, and hence we shrink back again. But why, you know, I help the women who I help, I say embrace that. The
Mhm.
more we embrace it and allow space for that voice to come out, that's what it's asking us to do, you know. Give us room, give us space. And I spoke to a woman earlier today,
Uh-huh.
where, you know, how many of us get these aha moments in the shower. You know, it's because
Ooh.
yes,
And it can happen
yeah,
riding a
it's
bike, going
yeah,
for a walk.
yeah, yeah. And it's my moments are usually in the shower because that's when you are just showering. There's nothing else to
Right.
do. You know, you're focusing on one thing, and that's when these thoughts pop into our head. And you know, it's when you're just relaxing, and you know, you're just feeling the water on you. It's that calm, and that's when those moments come. And I hate that because that's when I'm thinking I need a pen. I'm in the shower. I need a pen. I need to write this down. But yeah,
What did enough look like for you?
what did I want?
Enough look like for you? When you said this is
Enough.
enough.
Oh, as in like that to take the step.
Yes.
You mean? Oh, right.
Yes.
The what was the crunch point?
Yes.
The defining moment.
Yes.
It was when I'd already put these dreams, whatever these feelings were, aside for 10 years already. I'd
Hmm.
been feeling these nudges at 40. My 50th was approaching. This is 4 years ago. And me and my husband, we were just taking our usual weekly walk. We have a day off where we go down to the beach. If it's nice, we have these walks. And we just sat and looked out to the sea. And we were just having our normal conversations, what we'd like to do, you know,
Hmm.
when we retire, when we're older. And I just said to him, how much longer have we got to wait until we can start doing more of this, you know, having these moments, relaxing, going traveling. And he said to me, I think, yeah, probably another 10 years. And that's when I realised, I thought, I'd already waited 10 years. Am I expected to wait another 10 years? And that just like got my brain, I was like, I can't wait another 10 years. Not just, you know, doing this, the routine, going to work and bored. I was bored, you know. Life wasn't bad, but I couldn't picture another 10 years before I can figure what these feelings were. And I don't know, I thought, sod it, I'm just gonna figure this out myself. I'm not gonna wait. And
Right.
step by step, I just read on mindset, but it was more to do with how it started was actually I picked up a book because I hadn't read since bringing up the kids.
Hmm.
And because basically I would read and I'd fall asleep before even getting past the first page because I'm so knackered, you know, when you bring
Right.
up kids. Yeah, I loved reading. But because it was giving me, God, really bad neck ache, you know, because I was like nodding off so often, it was, right, I'm just not going to read anymore. So I hadn't picked up a book for ages.
Hmm.
And then I thought, okay, and I read about people saying, you know, start doing what you enjoy. And I thought, what do I enjoy? What did I enjoy? You know, when before kids, and I thought I enjoyed reading, and it was just reading novels. And I think, you know,
Right.
so I thought I'll pick up a book. I started reading, and but then I don't know, I stumbled across a mindset book. It was actually David Goggins, you
Mm.
know, the Navy SEAL guy, and
Oh, okay.
he was just doing hard things. He was conquering mindset. It doesn't matter doing
Hmm.
hard things now for an easy life later. And, you know, it was
Hmm.
just, and I was like reading and I was like, oh, I really got into it.
Hmm.
You know, I couldn't put it down. So I thought, right. So then I started picking up more mindset books, self-help books, they were called in the days, you know, and,
Right.
um, and that just started that way, and that was what got me into the mindset stuff. And eventually I just thought, right, I'm going to go all in, and I enrolled on a mentorship with Bob Proctor for Thinking into Results.
Oh,
And
yes, yes.
yeah, that just blew my mind when I realized that my life was up to me. I could actually affect the results. You know, the way I thought, the way I felt,
Mhm.
my actions were all it was up to me. I had the power. And I was like in awe. And, so I studied more and just getting together, because coaches did this course,
Mhm.
coaches and online creators, but I was doing it for my own self development because I wanted to
Right.
learn about me. Yeah. But the more I learned about me, I was thinking, why do not more people know about this? Um,
Mhm.
then they could help themselves. Because I was
Mhm.
talking to my cousins the same age as me. They
Mhm.
were they were like settling. They were slowing down. They thought this was life. That was it. This was living.
Mhm.
Going home, going to work, going home, sitting down, watching telly every night, then getting up,
Right.
going to work. They thought that was life, and
Mhm.
I couldn't help them because who am I to actually say this is the way, this is how you should feel.
Mhm.
So all I could do was, I was thinking, right, I'm going to just show them. So I got fit, I got healthy, I started doing things, and they could see the change in me. And that's,
Right.
when people start asking, what is it, what is it that you do?
Mhm.
They can, people start noticing.
Right.
And yeah, and so then, working with coaches, they were like saying, what are you doing this course for? And what is your aim? We're always talking about goals. And I says, well, I just want to do it for me. I want to feel better. And they go, why are you not mentoring? Why are you not coaching? And I was like, and it's again that feeling where, oh, that's not for me, that's for other people. It's like as if I'm, you know, as if other people are special and I'm not. It's
Right.
untouchable. It's out of my reach. It's not in my radar. So I never even thought of it. But it's being around people who are in that, being in that support network. You know what
Mhm.
it's like when you
Yes.
have people
Yes.
who you've got to have those people who are going to support you, and they can't, and we can't see what other people can see. And
Right.
that's what us mentors do, right? We help
Yes.
other people see what they can't see,
See. Mhm.
yeah, it doesn't matter because we're so used to what we know and what we do. We just think it comes naturally, but other people realize it's our gift. And so that is, and then when someone's planted a seed, and then someone else mentioned about mentoring and coaching, and eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this a go. I'm gonna go
Yes.
all in because I want to help women, because women were asking me anyway. I'm thinking,
Right.
well, why? People
Why
were
not?
asking me,
Yeah.
yes, why not? So yeah, and that's where I am with this at the moment. So I'm giving this a go, and I just want women, in the same position as
Mhm.
probably just a few years before, not realizing that there is so much more out there. You can do what you want. You can give it a go. No one is special. It's just
Mhm.
some people have more. We all have access to
Mhm.
more, whatever that looks like. It doesn't have to be like anything like a job. It could be more joy in something that you do.
Something you love.
Yeah, something
Mhm.
you love, something you desire. Everyone's
Mhm.
different, but we have access to that. It's not just some people have access to that. So, and that's why I say more purpose, more passion, more possibility, because all of us
Right.
we're living in a box. We don't know beyond that box unless we step over it, and
Yep.
that's what her midway is. Her midway is like your doorway to that
That
more.
next
And
chapter, that next
yeah,
era.
yeah.
You
So
started your entrepreneur career in your 40s, correct?
no,
No?
50s.
Oh, 50s. Okay, I
Yeah. So
started in
only
my
four
40s.
years, only 4 years ago. I wish I had. That's what I
Uh-huh.
mean. 40 years, 10 years ago, in my 40s, I was having these feelings of more.
Yes.
But and I do look back and think, oh, I wish I'd started earlier. But then I don't, I think things happen for a reason.
A reason.
If I hadn't if it hadn't taken me that long, holding back for those 10 years, maybe I wouldn't feel so passionate about what I do now,
Right.
and now it's like I want women to realize that, there is a shortcut. You don't have to struggle alone. I can help you.
Mhm.
I
And there is
have,
help out there.
yeah, there is help out there. And that's another thing, as women, we are so afraid of asking for help because we
I
think
know
we're
that's
supposed to,
true.
yeah, we're supposed to figure it out ourselves. We're always supposed to know.
Hmm.
But, if we don't ask for help, we can't help others.
Right.
Yeah, so, but we've got to ask for that help. And
We
also, we're
do.
not supposed to do it alone.
Right.
So much more
No.
fun with, when you've
With
got
other
people like,
people.
yeah, I mean, this is fun.
And you and I met recently.
Exactly. Yeah. We're not long ago. And, and when
Right.
you connect with people, it just makes things so much more fun.
And
Yeah.
easier, and you can enjoy.
Yeah.
And I could say to you, hey, Kath, maybe I need help with something. And you could
Yeah.
say, hey, Michelle, can you help me
Yeah.
on this? And we'll
Exactly.
we'll
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. And like you say, when you feel that connection with other women, and I think women are supposed to help other women,
Oh,
and
100%.
yeah,
Yes,
and it just makes things so much fun, more fun. This journey has been incredible. We're
it
always talking about
is.
reaching goals, but
Yes.
honestly, enjoy the journey. I used to think all this speech about, enjoy the journey, find your purpose. I used to think all that was like, what they're going on about.
Mhm.
But now I realize that there is real meaning in all the words.
Yes.
We shouldn't discount, devalue what those
Hmm.
meanings mean. Finding purpose, we all must have a purpose. Whether it's to bring up kids, if that is your purpose, that is great.
Right.
We all have a purpose, but it doesn't have to be this big wow thing.
Hmm.
But I think it's how it makes you feel.
No. And
Yeah.
you have to take that step, that first step, even if you're
Yeah.
doing it in baby steps.
Yeah, totally. Totally. I look back and I think if I'd started at 40, okay, I'm still working, but I could have taken baby steps and I'd be a lot further than I was when I was
Mhm.
50. I would have at least got somewhere, but I hadn't done anything from 40 to 50. I just waited and waited and
Mhm.
waited. And what was I waiting for? I waited and I still got another 10 years to wait. If I, I could have waited another 10 years. So, but it's mad. A lot of us do it. We do wait for the right moment, whatever that
True.
means. I don't know. Yeah. There's never a right moment.
What advice would you give to a woman who's in that midlife right now?
Get curious. Get curious. Ask those questions. What am I feeling? Why am I feeling the way I do? And just keep asking. And that's another thing. We expect the answers straight away. No, you've got to nurture that. You've got to put yourself in position where you are doing things that you enjoy. Go out in nature. Put yourself more in those areas where it can bring that out in you, because it's hidden. You've got to unpeel those layers,
And it
because it's
doesn't come
taken years.
overnight.
Yeah.
It doesn't come overnight.
No, it didn't get there overnight, so it's not going to
No.
just
Yeah.
appear overnight. And also over the years, over the conditioning we've had, the voices that have put thoughts in our head that this is the way it's done, the shoulds, all that is burying all, our true gifts, our true selves. And so it's just about taking time, uncovering it, being patient and allowing for it. I think when we force things as well, and we want the answers now. We want that quick fix, don't we?
Right.
Yeah. But no, I think it's just about being patient, and definitely having the support network that
Yes.
helps. Just having women that you can speak, women who get you. Find your tribe.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
yeah. So the first thing I would just say, get curious. Get
Yes.
curious about what it is. That's Start doing things. What did you like as a child? What did you enjoy? And
Mhm.
and the thing that it's not the thing that you're going to be doing, but it'll bring you back to how you felt, as a child. That's that curiosity, that imagination, that childlike fun, you know, that we all lose.
We do.
Yeah. So
Kath,
yeah.
where can everybody find you?
Right. I'm mostly on Facebook.
Okay.
So that's where I'm active. You can find me on Instagram, but I think Facebook is the best place to find me. If not, there I do have a link tree, which is I'm on
Oh, okay.
LinkedIn as well. Yeah, I do have links, for all the places that I am at. But I mean, if any of this resonated, if any of this stirred some feelings in you, I do have a dream pathway call, which it'll just be a conversation of uncovering what it is, where you're at, and help you get a little bit of clarity with, what those feelings are, or where you want to, how to move forward. So, I'm offering a dream pathway call at the moment for
And
ladies.
I do hear the word clarity this year a lot.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I've got to think about the clarity. I think we all wait for clarity to move, but sometimes, for me, I didn't get any clarity until I took a step. It doesn't matter
Right.
whether it's the right step or not. If you, how I like to describe it is like
Mhm.
these like you're in a skyscraper. If you want to see clearer at the top, you've got
Mhm.
to take those steps up,
To
and
get to
it's
the
going to, yeah, if you can't see what's up there until you start moving up each
right.
step. Most of us, we end up just staying down there waiting for clarity. But hey, take that step, then the next
Yes.
step, then the next step, and yeah, that's how you're going to get any clarity at all. It's by action. Clarity
Mm-hmm.
comes with action.
Mm-hmm. 100% agree. Can you give us a final thought for this episode?
Self trust.
Self trust?
Trust yourself. Trust those feelings. So many times, um, as women, we're always asking our friends, "What do you think?" We're always asking people,
Mm-hmm.
our husbands, "What should I do?"
Right.
How about trusting yourself? And go with those feelings, because,
Mm-hmm.
and also we do rule by logic. We think about things. Does it make sense? And let me tell you, the things that
Uh-huh.
don't make sense are the actual things that you should be doing.
Very true.
It's a feeling. It's a
Yes.
feeling. Yeah, yeah, in the heart. Because when I started doing this, it really scared me. I was excited. I've never felt like that before. And it was someone that said, "What are you waiting for?" And I was like thinking, actually, what am I waiting for? I'm waiting for retirement, but how do I know when that is? And when I made that decision to start doing this work, it was like, oh my God, my heart was racing, but it was an excited racing as well. So it was like excitement, but scared at the same time.
Right.
And yeah, so I would say that would be my thought.
Mm-hmm.
Don't um don't seek others' permission. Don't outsource your answers.
Mm-hmm.
Seek, so self trust is. I know it's going to take time. But listen
Yes.
to your body. Your body is actually, when something gives you that, the butterflies.
Yes.
Your body, they say rule with your heart and your body is what gives you the answers. Your
Mm-hmm.
head is the conditioned part. That
Right.
head is like, it's your logic, and it doesn't always give you the right answers. It will give you the safe answers because that's what it's going to do.
It
It
tries to
wants to keep you,
protect you.
yeah,
Yes.
protect you, the safe place. I was in that safe place for ages and ages because nothing was bad. Nothing was bad
Mm-hmm.
in my life, but that's probably why I stayed there so long, you know.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So self-trust.
Mm-hmm.
Trust yourself more rather than seeking permission.
Which is similar to my final thought, which was trust yourself. The next chapter is yours.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's why we're so aligned.
Yes, we are.
Because self-trust over seeking permission is one of the
Mhm.
midway approaches, you see.
Mhm.
And I think, well, we both work with women, so that makes sense, doesn't it?
Right. It
Totally.
does.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But
I like that.
we're gonna wrap on this episode. If you found this resonating, reach out to Kathy. If you'd like to be a guest on Authentic Entrepreneurs, DM me. I'd love to have you. And till the next time we meet again on the next episode, have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.